T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
No, we're back.
Wait, I want to hold up. We need music on that. So can you get like the Ray Lewis inspirational speech from Madden and tie that on?
We probably could. I got a feeling we'd get copyrighted real quick.
They don't know. This place is this. Nobody's going to copyright us from this podcast. Our podcast is too small.
YouTube will, in a heartbeat.
Tell YouTube to suck a fat one.
That's true. We do. So we're now on Spotify, as you can tell by the background. We're now on Spotify. So please go download, listen. We got 38 downloads so far. So we're moving on our way up to the top. But this is episode 10. I can't believe we've been doing this for 10 weeks now. Still down Dylan. Don't know when he'll be back, but we got some guests coming up the next couple weeks anyway. But obviously, we got to shout out our sponsors. Slab Savers. Hey, they're doing a big sale right now, especially on the single card slab protectors. I think Jerry's got them at like $8.99. Use Dream 3, get 10% off, protect those slabs, and then
I gotta talk to Jerry.
Yeah, so do I. I need some more mag stickers.
Yeah, someone was reaching out to me about getting some custom like LeBron ones, but I think he doesn't have any on his website yet, but I got to reach out to him. I'm sure he could put one together.
But it's worth it. Protect all your investments, especially if you have any big-time cards, do it. And remember, if you're shipping your cards, gradedship.com, like I did a Star Wars deal this past weekend, and he called it Fort Knox. I said, hey, protecting the cards when shipping cards is our number one priority, because that you hate getting messages on eBay or Instagram of, pictures of your cards bent up, or the post office has smashed some stuff. So,
or even you getting stuff like you get a card that's just like in a loose, ginormous bubble mailer, like put it in one of those cheap graded ship boxes, and like you're good, you're golden.
Spend the money, do what's best for your investment.
Like $1.
Yeah. Spend the money, do it. Quickly though, you and me, let's talk about this. We're on a new kick of collecting right now. A little bit. And I believe that
a lot of it.
This all stems back to Squints.
Yeah, Justin has thrown his selfishness on us, and now I'm addicted.
So we are collecting game used patch autos.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be graded. It can be raw, but game used, because our feeling is game used is going to be harder to find as the years go on.
Well, look at what just came out in the NT stuff. All that like this is a non-event, anything related napkin from a hot dog machine. Like that's like they come up with all this BS now of what all this stuff is, and it's not authentic. It's not memorabilia. So the stuff that's game used is going to be worth a little more, and it's like, who doesn't want to be a part of the game and have something that's been a part of the game?
To me, it's more fun to collect because, just like you said, I feel like it's a piece of history. It's not just It's not just a piece of random jersey. It is, let's say, Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush wore this Saints uniform during this game. Ryan Tannehill wore this Dolphins jersey. And it's dirty. Or that Devin Hester Atlanta Falcons card we saw with the dirt on the patch. Or
that's nice.
Specifically, your Jim Brown flawless card that's game used. Like that, to me, that's history pieces, not just card collecting. So, that's kind of the kick that we're on right now. And, it's going to cost us a lot of money. But that's where we're thinking right now. All kinds of stuff to get into. But we got a special guest on this show. We're the Dream 3. We got to bring in somebody third. So
the better golfer.
The better golfer. So we've known this guy via Instagram for a hot second. If you know him, he's formerly Pfeffer's courtside pulls. Now he is just courtside pulls. You'll see him on Lupe. You'll see him and find him on Instagram. We'll bring in Jared Pfeffer. Jared.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on.
My guy.
Thank you so much. Hey, I'm not a better golfer though because it's the game's deteriorated over the last year though. So
hey, I had a kid. My kid's taking a lot of my golf game. He's the one swinging the driver now, and it's a plastic 3-inch club.
He's hitting it about as far as like your 7-iron stuff already, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 7-iron's in his mouth. That's about it.
Yeah,
That's what happens to all my stuff.
Yeah, that's about me. I was the same way growing up, just stealing everything I could. And you're like, that's my club now.
Yeah.
So like kind of like I kind of started off like I think Neil, I think you introduced me. I think you tagged me on one of Fef's pages, and then I kind of began that.
I think we both were in each
almost
other's breaks and polls.
No, I think honestly, I think how you and me met was through. Is he your brother or brother-in-law?
My brother.
Oh, Adam.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we met because I was buying a lot through him, and then I'm either like you came through and you were like you either ripped a full case of something or like ripped a half a case or something. I don't remember what it was. You ripped a lot, and I was like, I got to follow this guy, and then I started following you, and you had I was like, okay, this guy kind of has like every single card of mine that I want ever.
No, don't church me up. I don't have anything. I'm still a small fish. No, I think you're right. I think I had like a half case of Prism retail or something, or Prism
like
hobby.
You're something random.
Yeah, I had a half case of it, and I was just selling it out like just every like it was like every night I was on.
And that's when it was like that was so cheap back then, man.
It was like $400 a box.
$400, and I'm not pulling the trigger to buy it when he wants it. When he wants me to buy it, I'm like, oh, that's too much. And now that I look at it, I'm like, oh no, why didn't I?
Yeah, I had at that time I had bought 10 boxes of 18-19 Prism basketball retail boxes at $143 a box. The sad part is I sold them for $180 a box, and I thought it was so cool.
You're probably like, man, I'm just rolling in it right now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I let that one go a little early.
Oh man, that's really Ugh.
So for the people that don't follow you, Fef, give them a couple minutes of kind of like your background, how you got started in the hobby, starting out early, your card stuff, and then building into the business that you are now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was growing up busting, can't remember what the boxes were called. They were like upper deck. Am I still good here?
Oh yeah, you're still good.
It's zoomed in on your face. You're beautiful.
So I was buying these boxes and they were so cool. Like there was like one action figure and like 3 autograph cards, and it was SP. And I got like an SP Peyton Manning at 25 on-card football signed. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. Started collecting my whole life. Then I got to like high school, and you guys know what happens in high school. Kids like decide what's cool and what's not cool. And, sports cards kind of like this kid's collecting sports cards, shoo. And, so I was like about done with it for 3 or 4 years. And 3 or 4 years passed by. And then that's when Mahomes got drafted. And I was like, man, like, this guy's the real deal. And so I started buying like not even slabs back then. I would just buy like just raw lots of his stuff, and then I would sell it. Like, I sold it all. I'm pretty sure every single Mahomes card I had, and only base stuff, didn't buy any numbered. I wasn't thinking. Sold it all in 2019 of December, so right before the pandemic. So fast forward, pandemic happens. I have shoulder surgery, and I was like, you know what? Like, I've never thought more about. I didn't know there was a community, so in general, I really wasn't thinking. So I get on Instagram, see people doing stuff. It was actually your brother who actually got me into even breaking, because I get on his page and I was like, this dude's the fairest dude on here. Like, this dude knows what he's doing. He's doing it right. And to this day, like, the person that I've like probably tried to model my model is him, because he's like, hey guys, these are fair deals straight up, and like, I'm just being honest with you. Or if there's a bad box, he goes, sorry, that was a bad box. And he wouldn't be like, oh man, this is like a $500, you guys know how it gets. And so I kind of just go live, and like I would have a little bit of product, and we just sell it for the cost at the time. And I just was getting into it mainly because Corona. One, I couldn't talk to anybody. My friends really aren't into sports like you guys are. And that, us three cut from the same cloth. We could sit here for 12 hours and talking. And so I got into that, and then I was like, you know what, this community is freaking awesome. And just started, working. I was working in my dad's warehouse at the time, doing that, break-in, and And then I was like, this is a fun thing to do. And I just kind of got more into it. And now just kind of always keep it on the side. And, for me, it's something that now it's to the point where I like to use it to a tool to raise money for the charities I support and, create events and donate heavily into those. And one of those is with actually Tim Tebow's foundation. I love he's one of my favorites because he highlights a lot of stuff I like. But yeah. And so, over the past year, was doing Instagram for a long time. I liked it. You guys know exactly the flaws with Instagram, though, so we don't need to get into them. And then actually this summer, I was got back home from school. I graduated in May. Got home, Whatnot came out. I wanted to be on Whatnot so bad. I was like, man, I want to be on Whatnot. I want to be on Whatnot. Loop contacted me, and they were like, hey, you guys want to break, or do you want to break on here? And I was like, yeah. So I broke on there. I really, dude, I just got to show some love to those people so quick. How they, from one, their onboard process to two, how they deal with customers is a fantastically amazing process. If you guys don't know about the Loop app, I would definitely download it. Honestly, not even for buying anything, just for the community. The community is so good. You get to meet people, and everybody's like, so they're like, hey, Doughboy, what's up? How you doing? Like, and not even just like the people breaking, but like everybody in the room. It's like, and what they said to start is like they wanted the cheers. App, you guys like the cheers, like the show cheers. Like they wanted that atmosphere like in the card room, and they've really spot on did that. And so for the past about a month, I've been on there. I've been loving it. It's allowed me to give a lot back to more charities and stuff, and do the stuff that actually makes me happy because in life, like I feel like we're all here for a purpose, and using cards as a way to give back, and I really enjoy that. We have trivia nights on like Tuesdays and give away free product. Like the other week, we gave away a ton of product. Yeah, I mean, so that's pretty much the story. I just kind of really enjoyed what drew me was the community. Like, there's people trying to become millionaires and everything in the world, and you can tell who those people are pretty quickly. But when you like Caleb and Neil, like you two, like the guys that like drew me into the hobby, like the guys that are going to sit down and be like, okay, well, who's going to win MVP this year? Let's not just be biased, but let's actually have a good conversation. And that's why I could not find that anywhere. Hey, so you go back?
Huh?
You say Dak?
Yep.
I will say.
Let's not start this again.
I will say the Cowboys are my lock for the NFC championship. I will say that, but neither here nor there.
You're on my side. See, Caleb, I told you your whole Carson Wentz. 11-7. The dude's gonna touch the field and then he's gonna snap his ankle in half.
Hey, just FYI, Neil, you've lost your third starting running back for the Rams today.
No.
Darnell Henderson's out.
No. I got the notification. He's not out. It's a mild sprain. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, whatever.
And be one of those Eric Berry day-to-day things that just turns into retirement.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if Cam Akers can run in a boot, just put him out there. He's going to be better than anybody.
Just let him ball forward for a yard.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll do better than Todd Gurley did.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, he will. And Cam Akers is a dog. He has that dog mentality with him.
He does. He came from Florida State. He's a criminal. I know how good he is.
Hey, speaking of that, I got a little Cam Akers NT booklet right here.
Oh,
that way.
Yeah, so there we go. But yeah, so anyway, got into breaking that way. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the people. Really enjoyed the community. I could see it as a place like, I feel like a lot of what's it called? Collectors would say this. We're all kind of quirky. We're all kind of have our weird little we're just kind of weird people, and we all embrace that. But I feel like I found my group of people in this way, and like somewhere like in general in life, where I was like, man, I wish I could find like these type of people anywhere. And I finally feel like that's why I'm here, and that's honestly the reason I continue to be doing breaks as well. I mean, because it's not something I necessarily like have to do, or that's something that I could say was my full-time job, but it's definitely something that I enjoy for the people, and getting to meet more people and getting to know why you collect and who you collect what and the reasons behind that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And
yeah, that's so we've talked to a couple of people, and it's our time in the hobby, we've talked to a bunch of people, and the stories are all different, but they all seem to be the same. It's all about the community. Like you said, you can tell who's here for the right reasons and who's bullshitting.
Yep. 100%.
And then we talked to Slabstock Aaron, and the charity and the community part behind that. You see that in the hobby so much. Like
amazing.
It's you'll find no better people than the people in the sports card hobby who are looking to give back. Like I'm part of or met at the Nationals Signatures for Soldiers, and the race team's now involved with it. So we sent a bunch of stuff there today, and anything that we can do on our parts for charity. I mean, I feel like this hobby is great for that.
Yep, I couldn't have said it better.
Without a doubt.
So let's jump right into the big news, because that's what everybody wants. So Fanatics is getting the rights to the MLB and the NBA,
NFL too.
NFL too
in 2026.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Because I personally do not like Fanatics at all.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. But
So,
yeah.
Faf, you go first.
All right, this is, in short, isn't this kind of what everybody's been asking for? Like a switch up, and then we get probably literally the biggest switch up we can get. And I just think, for me personally, it's too far out there, but I think Fanatics is too big of a company to let this fail. I agree with you. I think everything they do, though, outside of really how Fanatics operates, I'm not a fan of. But, maybe they get Tops back in the game with basketball. Maybe they get Upper Deck back in the game. I think Panini goes away fully. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm more excited for it, because if a company this big is, backing the hobby, could pretty much say are legit backing the hobby, then it's almost like, it's a terrible analogy, but like in 2008 when the banks were too big to fail, it's like the government wasn't going to let them. It's like, yeah, now this hobby is too big to fail. We have a huge company taking over. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that one.
I think there's a good point there. It is great that Fanatics is spending the money, which tells you that how big the sports card market is, and it's going to continue to grow. My thought is if you look at Fanatics, like 98% of their market is online. So does that mean that retail boxes are going to die off? Is there going to be no more Target, Walmart supply? Is there going to be a big differential between, the Blasters cello boxes that a kid can buy compared to, what an investor or a hobby collector actually wants? Like, I know we're a couple years off, and everyone's, got their flaming hot takes of what's going to happen, but those are kind of the questions that are coming up, right now.
So what I've seen, and just taking all the information I can get in. So Topps is probably worth about $1 billion, right? And Panini's worth about $3 billion. Fanatics is worth an estimated $20 billion.
Wow.
So you're talking about the biggest group of people taking over the sports card and memorabilia world. Like you said, Vef, there's so much money into it now that there's no way it's going to fail. We just won't know what it truly will look like or what the products will be. Like, they have the money to essentially go buy out Topps, buy out Panini, and still have 10 million left over, even if they overpay.
Yeah.
They do that, and then they can keep some of those brands. They can do away with some of those brands. They can maybe create more, maybe make a little more meaningful products, not have like all these extra just BS like little products releasing every week. Maybe they just stick with, like, for baseball, it's Bowman, Topps Chrome, Topps Series 1, and like Topps Dynasty. Those are the big ones that I'm thinking of coming to mind for baseball. For basketball, it's like they want Prism, they want National Treasures, they want Flawless, and I don't know, what's another big one? Noir or something like that.
Noir Select.
Yeah, Select, something like that. And then with football, it's Contenders, it's Prism, it's National Treasures, and Flawless. Like, that's it. And even Immaculate. But, like, you could put so much money into those specific products that you can create a product that's truly worth it to the people, which can, I think, take the hobby in a good direction. You could also, because they have so much money, they could just, and they monopolize everything, they could make a crappy product and people are forced to buy it because it's the only product out there. So
That's part for sure.
I'm not sure where the balance will be, but I mean, I think you guys can agree there's probably a little too much product out there and it needs to be condensed down to what matters probably most, and maybe sprinkle in a couple of the low end products just to keep the kids in the hobby, the people who can't afford some of those higher end products, keep them in there. But like, do we really need like 12 different versions of a rookie card? Like, I think we're okay with 6. Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? So I don't know. There's Fanatics is huge. It's absolutely massive compared to anything we've seen in the sports card world.
I 100% agree. Honestly, like one thing that I could see like potentially happening again, that it could go one of 2 ways or go one of 3 ways. I mean, this is really obvious. I don't even really state this, but obviously it could stay the same. You know, it could go be crappy product. Yeah, it could. But what if Fanatics views it as? I mean, this is the way I think they view it as. Like, damn, the margins. Okay, we're being honest here. It's like the margins, breakers, the margins, distributors, the margins. Everybody except for Panini's giving up on, or the Panini that gives up those margins. I think they look at it and like, damn. If we take that over, we can cut all those margins off. I could see breaking going, like breakers not being a thing as much as prevalent. It's not going to be as profitable. I know that because of the way. I mean, not know that, but like, I assume that. And then
you could probably attest to that just with your breaking that you can. It's harder to get product, and you're buying it more at a premium, and your margins are just so much smaller than what they were 6 months ago, a year ago, 18 months ago.
Like, I mean, and I think what Fanatics can do is this is what I hope they do. I hope they make their products even more exclusive, not in terms of how to get them, but like print runs and stuff. I hope they just really focus on exclusiveness and what you're talking about, spending money and making it what you're buying is what you're worth. Because like, how many boxes of NT have you guys seen ripped in the past week or two? Like probably quite a few at least of highlights.
Oh, yeah.
It's all booty cheeks.
Yeah, right. Like I saw today at my local card shop, it was $4,000, and I thought that was a fair price for some people are doing more. And I was like, man, dude, I can't justify. Like, I could never justify that.
$4,000 for that's the other thing too, is it's like it's $4,000 for a rookie class that definitely isn't as good as Zion and Ja. But then again, I mean, now kind of looking back on it, maybe it was a little overhyped, but still, like $4,000 for National Treasures, and like you're getting maybe a guy who played 1 game throughout the year,
and not even that. You're not.
And that's your RPA.
Yeah, and the patch is not even associated with the player. Like not game, but not even player. That's the one thing that stood out to me, and I was like, and I haven't even ripped a box. I probably won't even rip a box ever of 2021. I don't. Sorry, that hurts my mouth on that product.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
So my other thought is, we have that time till 2026 till everything takes over. So what does Topps and Panini do in that time? Do they just say, screw it, we're out anyway, and just, we're just going to
create a better product? If they want to survive, they got to create a better product. And they got to listen to their customers, because their customer support is atrocious.
But if they're going to get folded into Fanatics as one, are you going to get Topps and Panini employees fighting for jobs at Fanatics?
No, they'll just carry them over. Whoever's Topps will work at Topps. Whoever's Panini will work at Panini. You'll just work under Fanatics.
Yeah, kind of like it's like the whole like with card brands, like you work at.
That's the other thing. They could just buy them out, and everybody just works for Fanatics now.
I think happens. I just don't think they keep Panini, because I think
Panini would be dumb to not sell off.
Oh, they would be. I mean, but I think. Okay, what you were saying, I think they do what you're about to explain. I think that's exactly what they do, and I hate it, but I think it's true.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Panini's only been making cards in the U.S. for 12 years.
Yep,
They're a sticker company.
Yeah.
They're an Italian sticker company. So why not? Hey, we're out of here anyway. Let's just print off a bunch of junk and deuce chills. We're out.
Yep. I think Topps handles it well. I just don't see Panini doing it well, because you literally just said how bad their customer service. I think anybody listening to this can attest, even if they have not even ever had to deal with them, they just have heard horror stories.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep, I'm sitting on a Baker rookie auto redemption going on 2.5 years.
Ugh.
What product?
Yeah. Prism.
Bro, you know damn well that they packaged that card up and gave it in a national 101 box. They said,
yeah, you know what the stupid part is about that? Baker's still signing sticker autos, and they're putting it into new products. I don't care.
Just
Just
go to
slap
those
the
stickers.
sticker on my Prism card. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
care if it's upside down, inside out, on the back of the card. Just slap it on there so I can sell it and get rid of it because I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Oh man.
Just
So what do
send
you
me my freaking card. Or just
stop this?
to me on my customer support when I say just give me points or something.
Something. Yeah, dude. I had a Chase Young that was it was like 6 months. It was from Optic, and I said I wanted something different, and then randomly one day, didn't even email, just showed up in the mail. And I was like, "Why don't you guys not even let me know this was coming? Like, what if I moved?"
Right? Oh, I just had a $10,000 card sitting on my front porch for the last week and a half because I didn't know you
I
said.
wish it was that big, but yeah. But dude, okay.
Oh yeah, my Patrick Mahomes NTRPA. Yeah, it's sitting on your front porch now.
I think your
Got to
neighbor
send you an
actually-
email.
Yeah, I just got my Chase Young Mosaic auto redemption back and sent it straight to SGC. I'm like, well, this thing's worth like pennies on the dollar from what it was when I opened it. So
Yep.
we got to. I want to dive into SGC and third party grading with you guys after this conversation, if that's okay, because I think that's an awesome topic right now.
yeah.
But so back to the tops. So because they were supposed to go, you guys saw how they were like originally supposed to go public with Mudrick, and then Mudrick just canceled that. So like,
Yeah.
what do you think that says? Do you think that Mudrick is saying like, all right, well, we don't have there's no dollar sign behind tops anymore. We can't make money off them, or is that just like what do you think that really says about tops?
To me,
that was probably.
Go ahead, Neil.
No, go ahead.
To me, it says that the interest in tops isn't there because as soon as I heard about that, I bought stock in Mudrick. I was like, oh, it's going to take off. And then it seems like everybody backs Panini way more than tops. Like when I think of baseball, I think of tin cans at Target that I'm going to get the same 40,000 cards over and over and hit absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I think that right now, if you lined people up and said, hey, would you rather have a Panini product, a Topps product, a Leaf product, or an Upper Deck?
Well, Topps was succeeding in the soccer realm very well. A lot of Topps soccer is taking off.
Yeah, that is true. It has been.
And baseball and Topps have always been synonymous with each other.
For sure.
So I can see where Mudrick was like, hey, we're going to jump into this because we're going to start building NFTs. We're going to start trying to promote this. We're going to make this public. We're going to try to enhance this. And then when Fanatics comes in and swoops it, they're like, well, we can't compete with that, so we're back now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I mean, when someone, it's like when freaking Nate from Grand Slams comes in and he wants to buy the card that I'm bidding on. It's like, well, there's no sense in me trying anymore because he's got 7-figure pockets and I have my 3 pennies over here. So I'm going to go ahead and just back out now.
Man, if you got 3 pennies, then I got half a penny.
Yeah, if you got 3 pennies, I'll give you 4 pennies for that Jim Brown flawless.
Yeah.
That Jim Brown flawless.
Yeah, you're very humble. You're very humble. I will say that.
That Jim Brown flawless, I probably overpaid for it, but at the same time, like.
Well, I'll tell you, did you overpay for it? Because the 101's on eBay.
Yeah, I offered on the 101. I offered $4,000 on the 101.
Oh, well.
And the guy wouldn't take it. He didn't even respond to me.
Of course not. He wants $7,500 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him. It's Jim Brown 101, and there's only one probably in the last, 3 or 4 years that's been put up?
Yeah, I would say so.
So jumping into the comments real quick, we got Samuel, who I believe is S_S card rips. He says, what do you guys think of Select basketball retail, and is it worth it?
Terrible. Select, when they came out with retail, ruined the entire product.
I'll agree with you that, but I will say they did it a lot better than football. Football was, holy cow, bad.
Yeah.
Basketball, at least they cut out the shitty die cuts, but I agree. Terrible idea.
Yeah. Retail ruined Select. So for what value Select had, it was ruined by the retail.
Yeah.
Like how they were catching Prism, it's no longer.
Yeah, that is honestly the most honest thing I've heard. And wow. Yeah, no, because for the past, year, people are like, man, why is Prism over Select? Why is Prism over Select? Why is Prism over Select? But it's funny though. So why can Prism have a own product? And not only that, but then they have choice too, which is the whole other thing. But, so
Don't even get me started on modern stuff. I don't think I bought anything modern in like anything past 2014, and probably or opened
yeah.
it in, I don't know, 2 years.
right, so it's like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like when people start to, I agree it's terrible, but like to me, it's like, okay, if we're gonna say it's terrible, then why is a hobby box of Prism still so much, and that doesn't get affected by retail? You know, like that's my only thought process on that. That's a great
Yeah,
question.
I never understood the whole Prism craze. Like yeah, okay, cool, Prism, but like it, like realistically, they don't have the best action shots. Their
Mhm.
centering and the card itself is
Atrocious.
not always quite eye appealing. And if you're trying to compare it to like Topps Chrome, that has that circle like border to it, Optic truly is the only one that comes close.
That is,
But Optic is like the redheaded stepchild of the 3 rookie cards.
For
So
sure.
I don't know what the market thinks anymore. So that's why I'm just like, I don't want modern. I won't touch modern unless I have like a numbered rookie card. I won't touch it.
100%. I agree. Like I was watching that, the sports card investor, your boy Neil Jeff,
Geoff.
and he invested $500,000 in select stuff, and now he realizes
I am so happy that guy.
now he realizes that they're overprinting, and it's all it's all of it's going to hell. But like you said, I don't want to open. I'm not going to open anything modern. Like my favorite products right now are like 96, 97, 98 Topps Finest football, Bowman's Best football, like cool older stuff like that. And even the patch autos we're looking at, I'm looking at Flawless, Immaculate, and older type stuff, because
even like Timeless Treasures is a great one from back then.
Yes.
Oh,
really
for sure.
cool, really cool patches in that set.
Caleb, didn't you pick up a bunch of Timeless Treasures, or was that National Treasures?
It was National Treasures 2006 National Treasures Timelines.
Okay.
Oh.
But they were a bunch of like patch autos, like cut autos and patches, game worn patches.
Yeah.
That's cool. I dig that. Yeah, you guys are definitely spot on with the when you guys were doing the intro and talking about game use, because I think
we'll get into the game use.
Okay, good. Because
there's plenty of talk about game used.
Oh, yeah, that is
there you go.
Sick.
Is that the Plunkett?
Yeah, that's the Jim Plunkett triple game use patch.
Now you're gonna make me get my stuff.
So,
that is so sick. I love that, man. That's like
better than my Hank Aaron all game used. Hat
jersey
cool. Bat.
Oh yeah, that stuff. Just that stuff. I mean, compared to any of the modern stuff, no one like in 20 years we're gonna look at that and we're gonna be like, okay, this modern stuff. What were we thinking?
Yeah. Which makes me think, like Fanatics, like you literally have to give like 5% effort to do better than what Panini's doing with modern stuff.
And they have like, all the tools already to do it.
You could literally like draft a first grader to come up with your product, and you're probably going to do better than what Panini's.
Yeah. Honestly, okay, wait. This is what I think. This is my final answer. This is what I think happens. This is what I actually not what I think happens. This is what I hope happens. I hope they buy Topps. And if they just leave it at Topps and let Topps do basketball and everything, I would love that. That'd be fine. I'd be really into that. But if they don't do that and they want to have somebody else do basketball and football still, I would love it to be Upper Deck. Or one, I'd love for them to buy out Panini, terminate the contract with Luca and whoever else they have under Lifeline, and just get rid of Panini, go to Upper Deck. And because then when you have Upper Deck, you got the big dogs over there, and we know who those are. And if they can start signing again, like what that could do for product is, I think, could be amazing. Just thinking about pulling a logo man LeBron or Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but what does that do to all the old Upper Deck stuff then? Because now they have more.
That's true.
Like for me, selfishly, because I own a LeBron rookie auto, I'm like, please do not make anything else ever again.
So for you, yeah, you don't want that. But for me, I will selfishly go the other way. I'm like, man, I'd love that.
But
chance.
No, you're right though, because like, who wouldn't want, like, just looking at it from a global perspective, a LeBron on card patch auto from a Lakers uniform?
Exactly.
The bet, like, in my opinion, greatest player of all time on the greatest team of all time, with the colors, like
one of the most iconic, not only the greatest, one of the greatest franchises, but one of the most iconic sports teams, like
Yeah.
worldwide.
in the
I mean,
world.
Yeah, it's like everybody, you go anywhere, people got Lakers stuff on. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
like that would like even if you brought that back, then you got more Michael Jordan stuff.
hmm
Like, I mean, Upper Deck's opportunity to make all that money is right there. Like
Yep.
right there.
Yep, I agree. I 100% agree. I am just like I keep circling back to it. But with the whole Fanatics, man, just the one thing, the only thing that's making me frustrated is people that are just like bashing Fanatics already.
Well,
It's like, how
do you
can
know who's heading up the development of the Fanatics for the sports cards?
do I know who?
Yeah,
No, I haven't looked at. I mean, this is
It's-
the most I got to talk about it in the past week.
John Luter or Josh Luter, who is the guy who developed StockX. So a lot of people are starting to hate StockX because
Yeah.
they are the ones that ruined the shoe game by
Mhm.
creating a marketplace where they determine their own values. And the only way you can buy is through them.
Yep.
So people are thinking if this guy creates a marketplace like StockX, then the only way to get product is through StockX, which would be through Fanatics, meaning that your local card shops are gone. It means you are gone as a breaker. Anybody who breaks is gone. And the only way you can buy stuff is through them. So they take up all the cost, and literally the only way you can make money then is by opening packs or trying to resell it on the third market
And
Wow.
jack the price up.
and jack the price up.
Damn, I feel like to be honest,
And you know they have all the overhead for distribution because they're a $20 billion company that distributes memorabilia all the time anyway.
yeah.
So they have the distribution warehouses to be able to hold all this stuff and distribute it themselves rather than going to GST or Southern Hobby or these other smaller middlemen distributors.
Yeah.
That's what's scary.
That is
That's
really
what's
scary.
scary about Fanatics.
I did not think of, man, that is, now I understand the frustration with that. So I recant that statement. But
There's just so much like
so,
that could be good or bad, like depending
Mhm.
on what they do.
I just hate thinking about that though, because when we think about PSA and now with like Golden and all that, like them bed together, it's like and if you think Slab or StockX and you think it's sports cards, and you're right, what they did with Shoe Game, you're 100% correct. I mean, I was never in it, but my friends that were, it's like, man, I hate StockX, like hate it. So man, that's
Yeah,
a lot.
like I didn't realize it either, but like they have the potential because they're so big. They have the potential to be good for the hobby, but they also have the potential to ruin the hobby too.
Absolutely.
And it's just like you just don't know what's going to happen for the next 5 years.
That's
You know?
that's the only like negative thing I've even got like that's presented to me. I'm like, damn, you're 100% correct on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like, and that's just for me, just like reading everything I can just to try to understand, what is Fanatics trying to do? Who is behind Fanatics? Just what is this going to mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's overwhelming, to be honest.
because I mean, I think I think you're so correct on the part of distributors giving it to them, because I think the people that are making the most money are distributors. I don't honestly think it's Panini. I think it's distributors, because we all know what they get allocated boxes for, and we know exactly what they sell. I mean, we pretty much know like National Treasures around $250 a box. I mean, it was last year, and that's if you're allocated. So like, and then they're selling them for $3,500, $44,000. It's like, man, it's like they got to do one sale a day, and they're making money.
Yeah, I mean, the distributors are essentially like an Amazon.
Yeah.
They are buying these products back up from these people who need to sell, so that way they can turn around and sell them to more people who don't have the ability to market or create an avenue to find a buyer. So they're the middleman, and that's what Amazon does, and that's why they're the biggest company in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Damn. I mean, I was shocked when we first of all, I mean, I thought about it because I knew I asked like 2 weeks ago when the contracts are up, but did any between your guys' mind did that even come through your mind that Panini or Topps wouldn't be the creators anymore or makers?
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
I didn't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know Fanatics was that big.
I didn't. Sam, I just knew they made shitty jerseys. So,
Same. Yeah.
They did. They
Yeah.
do. They make awful jerseys.
Yep.
Which
That's
couple, but
Same.
that's because I'm poor and I only have 3 cents.
He was like, yeah, you that or DHgate now between the two.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think, what this does say, at least it says, okay, maybe they come to terms and buy out companies before the time limit's up. But say they don't, and we're on the time track we are now, we're at least guaranteed 5 more years of the hobby being at least what we know it is, and hopefully better. Hopefully it can't get worse from here because there's a lot more pressure on.
Yeah, and we will have Panini and Topps before LeBron's son gets into the league. That will be an interesting.
Wait, what's I thought his son was in the league in 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We will still have Panini and Topps before.
Oh yeah, I thought you said we wouldn't. I was like,
no, we will.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that's going to look like. That's probably going to be in my theory for the next at least 5 years. That will probably be the hottest point.
Is Bronny
and LeBron on the same team, which I
would
100% believe will happen.
Oh yeah.
100%. Like, I mean, I know for a fact you're already down those rabbit holes of how he has his contract set up and everything to where he's able to do that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Yeah, man, I didn't even think about that.
Like
that's
National Treasures or Flawless, dual logo man, LeBron James, Bronny Jr.
That's card's going to go for. I mean, if the card market continues,
$10 million.
Raw.
$10 million. That'll be a sealed card, $10 million.
So what about this then? When we talk about like NT, because we know NT's got redemptions. So what happens to the value of wax after Panini's done, and say Panini does become nothing and they're not a company, and what happens 10 years from now? You open up a box of who is a redemption that's good this year? Like Tyrese Maxey, I think, is a redemption that's decent, or Emmanuel Quickly, one of those two, right? One of those two. So, or even if it's a Giannis from last year, because we know he didn't sign really in National Treasures. It's like, what happens to that? It's like that want to rip old wax might not be even there if we know that company's not even existent anymore. That card's not even out there.
Well, then I think it's going to come down to, who is relevant from the Panini time period.
Yeah.
Is it Luka that's left? Is it Trae Young that's left who's relevant?
It'll be Luka. Yeah, Luka and
Trae.
Does Trae have exclusive signing rights with Panini as well? He does. Yeah,
he does.
I'm pretty sure he does. Or if not, he's a whatever they call when you go to the website and you type like their signature list. I know he's on that. Damn.
Oh, then he's an exclusive guy.
Yeah,
because Saquon is, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, Saquon is. He's like
so Luka is as well. So he'll probably start having some like signed basketballs coming out.
He's had signed basketballs for about a year, or they haven't had him in a year. But last year around this time, I know they had him and Trae. It's kind of cool because it's just like a random Luka drop, like right now.
Yeah, they come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the hell is this?
Whenever they can get Luka's mom to sign.
No joke. No joke. Oh goodness.
Oh good.
So speaking of Luka, Thef, I don't know if you know the story. So our third partner Dylan, he knew that we were in cards, and he's like, "Hey man, I got this card. I got this Luka auto. I want you to come look at. Like, tell me if it's worth anything." Well, all he said was Luka auto, so I was like, "All right." So it was a rookie Prism silver auto. I was like, "Give it to me right now. I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna clean it up. We're gonna next day it to BGS." So we did. We got a 9, which whatever.
It was because of that one corner.
The one corner. It was a little bit. That's why I got a 9. And I said, "What do you want to do?" He goes, "I want you to sell it." All right. And damn it, I should have listened to Neil. Neil goes, "Just give him $2,000 for it." And
you
fine. We sold it for $2,500.
Oh
yeah.
It's. I don't even want to.
I don't even know what.
I don't even want to know either. I know a 9.
Probably 10.
About 2,000.
Okay, well,
probably 10.
I'm sure you know my Patrick Mahomes story.
Yep, I know that.
Limited.
Because I'm walking around the National and I see it raw for $10,000. I'm thinking, oh my god.
I'm gonna laugh, but I feel like it happens to everybody. So when it happens to somebody else, it's like at least it wasn't me because I've done I sold like about 75 Mahomes rookie cards on eBay in a lot for. Or not saying not in a lot, but in various lots for the total was like maybe $300, $400 max. Like, was so yeah.
But jokes on whoever bought my stuff because it was a GMA 7. So
yeah,
take it, boys. So I want to jump into the next thought that I'm just having as we go. Is grading companies. You've seen, PSA still backed up, super expensive. That ain't coming down anytime soon. And if it does, you're gonna have to grade cards at $50 a pop, 100%.
Yeah.
BGS, same thing. SGC's kind of taken over the market because the return times are actually doing quite well. But then you see a bunch of one-off companies that are popping up over and over and over. So that's kind of what's your thought on that? Are all these companies going to be kind of a 1 year and done? Is SGC going to stay as the number 3 tier, or do they have the opportunity to bump into that 2 spot?
Yeah, dude. Well, we all know. I mean, we all can deep down and hope and pray that there'd be somebody that could bump in. But PSA and BGS, they got locked, right? But so I love SGC. Actually, just in my first submission there, because I just have always been attracted to the slabs. I'm a big when buying top loaders, I always try to find black borders, but now it's impossible because top loaders, as we all know, are see you later. But I love them. I understand why the hate is there. They're not the most attractive slabs. You do have to have the taste for them. I think they're honest graders. I really enjoy their 3 weeks. And from what I've heard, a lot of times it's under that. So I'm excited to see when I get mine back. They received it Saturday. So Saturday to 3 Saturdays from now, I guess. But I think they're going to – okay, let me control my thoughts a little better. So when people talk about SGC, they're like, oh, man, it's what would you guys say an SGC 10 is versus a PSA 10? What do you think what's the percentage off?
I've seen on just depending various different cards – it go from 60, 2/3, 66%, 65%, up to in some cases, within 10%.
Yeah, see, that's exactly. I would say about 65-ish to 75 on average.
Yeah.
But if you can get that back in 3 weeks, and if you're okay, because everybody, in sports cards, they have their PC, then obviously everybody has their moves. For me, my PC, my true PC is Mahomes and Devontae Graham. Those guys, I'll go find their cards anywhere. It sucks about Mahomes, but Devontae Graham's awesome because he's super cheap. But if you're doing it for the flip, it's time is money. Why would you rather wait a full year and you don't even know what the market's going to do in a year? Because who knows? And then you can wait 3 weeks and pretty much guarantee it's going to be around the same, especially if it's an off season that you can guarantee you lock in some profits if that's your thing.
Yep.
And then the thing with PSA, which I really don't like, which I actually just learned this today. And so you guys know who Gun is, or they call me Gun?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so
yeah, I tried to buy a couple Mahomes off him.
Did you not get a deal?
You sent me to him to buy a couple Mahomes off him.
No deals?
No, he wouldn't let me buy him.
Dude, it's weird because he's a guy. I should have told him I sent you.
Did I ever show you the red prism that I got?
Not you. You bought a red prism Mahomes.
I
have it.
I got it in a trade. I got a red prism Mahomes out of 49.
Yeah, the checkerboard one.
Oh, you
was it the one that looks like a checkerboard?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't post it. I didn't post it because I didn't post it because I knew as soon as I posted, I'd have 27 messages about it. So I just kindly, slowly played it, and then I actually found a collector. He just collects Mahomes. He just buys Mahomes. He's not an investor. He just collects.
What's Mahomes?
A young guy, and he bought it for $22,000 or something like that.
That's a fun move right there. See, that's a move you make, and you're that was fun to own that card for a bit.
It was really cool. I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the picture.
Yeah, I gotta see it, dude, because I've only seen the I've seen that card one time, but it was a PSA 7. So that's only person. Never got or owner. So but anyway, so Gun, big. If you guys don't know who Gun is, they call me Gun on Instagram. He's a he's a big vocalist in the hobby. I'd say he really calls it people companies calls PSA out all the time, and he is very so. This is what I mean by this. So he sent in an order of 156 cards, and 120 of them got 10s on this. He sent it in and got submit, or he sent it on September 10th, and then he had the other half of the order, and he told me he's I was just going to see what the discrepancy. So he sent one half December 10th, and then another batch, which was even more. It was 200 cards. 3 days later, he gets that second batch back 5 months after he gets back the first batch, and he gets a total of 20 10s versus the 120 10s. And it was the same submission. He's like, first of all, how is it 5 months from 3 days apart. And second of all, what is the discrepancy? What was the time limit on that?
Let's see. This was a 20-day sub, and it ended up being 6 months. And I got a PSA 5 on
You saw the Pokemon ones that I got, right?
I had, yeah. You got like what, a 7 and an 8?
I got an 8 on the Charizard
Recently?
Yeah, I just got it back this last week. I waited 13 months for that sub.
I
on
have
a 20-day.
I have
20-day.
two. I have 2 of these VMAXs that I pulled that are exactly the same. I cleaned them, looked it over. One got a 10, one got a 5.
Yeah.
Oh God. So yeah, see, that's what I don't get. And so, and to his point, he's like, dude, a company this big, how is there's this much problem still? And like, and I agree. It's like if you're gonna be the premium, like if you're talking about the premium breaker, whoever the premium breaker is, to me, in my eyes, I always like watching Car Collector 2 when he does breaks. He's awesome. Ryan's awesome and stuff. So I was like him.
Beth, you need to come. You need to come towards Columbus. I live 2 minutes from his shop.
I know. I thought you did. I remember you posting something like last year about it. I need to. I want to check out his shop sometime this year. So I definitely will be.
It's terrible.
Tell me when you're coming. You can stay
we'll
here.
We'll just probably spend the day.
Yep.
Probably might just have to. But it's like you would expect if he's considered, which I don't know, whoever considered the best breakers, wouldn't you expect the best quality, best everything? So if we're gonna say PSA is the best, why did they get held to such, or why do we let them jump over such low bars that they set? Like why doesn't the customer? I don't know.
Did you hear? Okay, so do you guys watch or listen to Sports Card Nonsense with Mike Gio?
I've I've not listened to it yet though.
Okay, so Mike he's a guy who will tell it like it is, like your friend. They call me a gun. So Mike had Nat Turner on to talk about PSA, and one of the questions was, do you notice a difference in your grading? Have you guys graded the same over the past 18 months? And Nat Turner said, we have not changed our grading over the past 18 months. That is a lie, beyond a lie, because there is like statistics that people have made about the grading and how they normally were getting, 80-90% gem rates are down to like 45% gem rates. And they've been consistently grading for like 10 plus years with PSA. And now it's changing. And it's like, you can't do that. What you're doing is you're controlling pop reports. You're not grading the card for what the card is. Mm-hmm. And that's not what you should be doing. The whole point of grading is to grade it based on a criteria, not the name on the card.
Yep. No, but because then you could dig with you guys could do a whole episode of PSA, probably talk for 12 hours. I feel like.
Oh yeah, and you look at like a perfect example is like Clay Cards. When we did our first submission with Clay Cards, like tens. Yeah.
My gem was like 95%.
Now you look at it, he's got like a stack of like 10 10s and a stack about 99s and 128s, and it's just like a guy who, like Neil said, has like 98% gem rate. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah. It's not the cards are that terrible, and it's not like he's doing a poor job. It's they've changed something. And they're not telling you.
Well, didn't Nat come out and literally say, like, in his first couple of weeks or months there, he's like, we specialize on grading thicker cards now. It's like,
I didn't hear that, but
so he says that, and then
he
says, but so it's like, why are you gonna like him saying we haven't changed the process? Like, that's such a blatant lie, because like even if they haven't, or even if technically it comes down to being that true, something has changed, and everybody's noticed. Not
the
just
metric has changed.
Yeah, something has changed, but I mean, real quick, I want to touch on some other. I like CSG a lot. I really like the look of their slabs. They made them thinner. I like the green on them. I like how clear they are. I don't think they will change, because they've been doing it for a while and they've kind of stuck in the ways. But other than that, honestly, there's not a car like I don't know what you guys' thoughts on HGA, but
HGA I like for PC cards, not for resale value.
Yep, because I think the one problem with the HGA is when they first came out and their customer service on Twitter, and they were just like arguing with customers over their mistakes.
Yeah,
and I was just like, yeah.
What are you, a 17-year-old kid who made this company?
That's not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah. I was just like, that has always turned me away from HGA, but I will say they do have the best looking for PCA, some of the sickest looking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I used to when GMA was still like $2.50 to get a base card slabbed up. I would just do that just for fun, just to have things slabbed up. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd spend a
It was
couple
fun.
hundred of them.
Who wasn't there someone recently that said they were going to start doing just slabbed cases?
There's a lot of companies like Protex one.
No, but like one of the big three.
Slab as in how? What do you mean?
Huh?
Like like they were going to make cases for
They
your
were just going to basically
slab it with no grade.
slab it with no grade.
Just
Basically,
protect
just
it.
basically an authentic,
Put it in a top loader?
just a custom slab, basically, so that way your card is protected in a slab and it's not gonna deteriorate in condition.
There's guys there's guys that do that. Like Elite Card Grading does it. I think it's like $12 or $15 a card, and it just says Pro Tech on the back, and it's just the card that's slabbed. I mean,
did you see the video I sent you at Burbank Sports Cards?
yes.
Or
Of
did
him
you see-
cracking
did you-
the
Fef,
him
did you
pulling
see
the
that
slab
video?
open.
Oh, with them pulling, which was it the new PSA slab? Or was it the
No,
was it the random slab and they put it back together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
What
a
the
new
hell?
card company, a new grading company. You literally like pried it apart and then like
Yeah.
snapped it back together.
That was
Like that's what you're paying for? Like come on.
And I think that okay, all these card companies that are
Uh-oh.
Am I
Yeah, you're still good.
oh Fef's down. Fef's down.
Oh,
Fef's down.
we lost Fef. Oh no. Midstream, we lost Fef.
Oh no.
Yeah. But no, like kind of like he was saying.
He'll come back in.
Yeah. Like there's just so many pop-ups of, different companies.
Even like card sleeves now and top loaders. Like we were talking this week about that new top loader company that Rip and Gypsy's been using.
Oh yeah. Shield
And,
Shield Titan.
And I saw Mikey B Cards put something out like he's like, be wary of some of these other top loader companies because they're all just trying to pump out to make money.
Of
That
course.
really the quality of them is sacrificing on it. And it just made me think, I was like, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I really don't use top loaders anymore, mostly because I buy graded cards or sealed cards and one
Graded
touch.
cards or one touches.
Yeah.
Like
So-
that's what I was looking for last night. Like if I'm going to buy things now, it's more likely like, yeah, I don't need much top loaders anymore, but
yeah, like I know
one touches will be the thing. All right. Fef is back.
Okay.
dude, my Wi-Fi literally was at night, almost on clockwork. Only this room at the house just boxes and everything and coming too. I had like my phone in there. Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
That's on the Burger King network.
He got that Burger King Wi-Fi.
That's all right, Beth. I
Yeah.
had Burger King Wi-Fi tonight. That's why we started late. So that's on me. Is he dead?
I think he's dead again.
Oh no.
Abby said he's talking in hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Sound like Stan speaking Russian. Yeah, you're good now.
I went on my phone hotspot to try to. We're good now.
Make it better.
Yeah,
It's
we're
all
good now.
good.
We went on the phone. You said Burger King Wi-Fi. I said no more phone. So there we go. That was that. Sorry about that. All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I
guys.
like Burger King. I got a good chicken sandwich, and I'm fat. So
Yeah, you are fat. 100%.
You guys remember the taco sauce they used to do? I don't know if you remember. That's like 15 years ago. They used to have
Taco
taco sauce. Dude, they didn't even sell tacos. Just taco sauce was so good. He's talking in hieroglyphics. That's funny. But yeah. Sorry. You said we're talking food now. All right. Where were we at? We were with where was it?
what were we talking about?
Crappy grading companies.
Yeah. I was talking with Caleb when you cut off about top loaders and sleeves and like all these other startup companies making top loaders and sleeves that quality is kind of sacrificing right now.
Oh my
A lot
god.
of that stuff.
This company I just bought from, like half the top loaders are not even usable. I had to throw them away. And I messaged them and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're just in pre-production right now." And I was like, "What? Okay."
Well, you need to get your Burger King top loaders out of my system.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, I'm
Start,
the paying
start
customer.
rubbing some of that McDonald's oil on it. Get it working.
Jaguars are playing tonight, aren't they?
Jags are playing. I'm gonna check T-Law's stats. That was
Yeah.
What do you
See,
look at? Who do you guys think out of first of all, I think this quarterback class is going to be really good, but I don't think T-Law is the guy personally. Who do you guys think's the guy?
Out of this class?
This class, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Zach Wilson.
Wait, what's the question?
Who's the guy? Who's the number one prospect out of this class?
So Trey, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson.
Who's the number one prospect?
Who
Or
do you
who do
think-
you think
sorry,
will be
sorry.
the most
Who's
successful?
going to be most successful? Yep, not the number one prospect.
Well, I mean, prospecting wise, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
But the most successful is probably going to be either Justin Fields or Trey Lance because of the teams they're on.
Yeah, the teams make a huge difference. I mean, Zach Wilson looked great in the preseason game this past weekend. Problem is, he plays for the Jets.
Yeah. And that organization hasn't been good since
Neil O'Donnell was the quarterback.
Plays the most success in the past 20 years, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Well,
okay. Jameis.
Pennington, that's the last quarterback that I can think of did anything.
Vinny Testaverde.
Oh
Yeah.
God, Chad Penny.
But even then, like those guys were
those are
trash.
those are So Jameis Winston, by the way, QB number one in my eyes. 9 for 10 for tonight, 123 yards and 2 tutties.
Yeah,
Great.
he's got the job.
T-Law went 14 for 23, 113 yards, 1 sack, 73 rating.
Yeah.
His issue is going to be that they don't have really good offensive line that's good at pass protection. Their run blocking is great. I mean, we saw that last year with James Robinson, but Trevor's not in a good position to succeed like Justin Fields is. Well, even Justin Fields doesn't really have a great offensive line. Trey Lance is probably the best guy to succeed, and it's not because he's got the talent,
But he's got the pieces around him.
but he has the talent around him.
Yeah.
He's under the Mahomes situation for sure.
Yeah.
The
But
team
yes,
is already ready to
exactly.
win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. Even better, because I would almost say better. I don't know. The weapons aren't near as good, but I'd say the defense is, way better that he's walking into. And that line is really good. So, yeah, I like him. He's the stud. Lawrence is going to get hit a lot in Jacksonville. That is true. Lawrence will get hit a lot in Jacksonville.
Yep.
100%. And he's going to, I think, this is my opinion, I think he's going to be a check down quarterback. He's going to have to dump it off because you think of Jacksonville, you don't have any big time number one, big play receivers. You got, DJ Chark and some other
Marvin.
Yeah.
Chanel.
I think that's probably why they were trying, Urban was probably trying to get Travis Etienne to kind of work off that system, that kind of like system wide receiver running back, because he's going to have to check down and get the ball away.
He's going to have to catch the ball 15 times a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to.
And James Robinson is not your guy who needs to catch the ball. He needs to
If
run.
they had a great line, then the ETN pick was dumb, but you guys are right. You're so spot on with that. I didn't really think about the checkdowns.
Yeah.
Because you don't really need ETN if you have a great line because you can kill it with the run game. But yeah, they're going to struggle. Like the expectations are too high for him. I think no matter what he does this year, people are going to say it's a bad year unless they make the playoffs.
And he plays in a tough defensive
Very tough
division minus the Texans.
Yeah, Texans are going to be. That's a weird situation.
Are they going to win a game this year?
Who are their quarterbacks on their roster?
I don't want to know.
Don't tell me Deshaun Watson. He might be on the roster, but he ain't touching the field.
No. It's I literally heard his name today because I was listening to the radio and they said his name and I was like, I gotta look it up now. But dude, they have freaking
do they even have wide receiver?
Running back Philip Lindsay and they have Brandon Cooks. That's about it for their.
Man, did Philip Lindsay get like totally hosed out of the way he's played the past 3 years?
Oh, 100%.
The most productive running back in Denver, and they were just like,
we're good.
We're gonna let you go.
We're gonna go get Joe Flacco and Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, we'll throw in get Melvin Gordon. He just did nothing for the past 3 years, but we'll get
Elway must have really not liked Terrell Davis when he was there. Because he hates his running back.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, yeah.
He's all about his QBs.
Their best running back I feel like that they've actually stuck to is like Sean Marino recently.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even stick with CJ Anderson. They let him go.
Yeah, CJ was a beast. I don't know why they let CJ Anderson go. Yeah,
wasn't Monty Ball there for a little bit?
Monty Ball.
But he fumbled every 4 snaps.
Wow.
Was it even a full season?
I don't think so.
I think they benched him after like.
Oh wait, the Texans are good guys. They got Tyrod and Davis Mills.
Okay, so as long as nobody stabs Tyrod in the lungs, might as well just pick up Brandon Weeden and Tom Savage off the free agent list. And
that's honestly what
Minshew's looking for a team.
Because I watched Brandon. I was sitting in the seats. I watched Brandon Weeden, the third string quarterback, come over and smoke the Colts at home.
I'm pretty sure Brandon Weeden is like older than my dad.
That was
he's like he was a rookie at 28. I'm pretty sure. 28.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
he was. He was.
Didn't the Browns draft him in like the first round too?
As Jim Rome would say, he was a grown ass man.
He was a grown ass man. That's probably why the Browns took him. They're like, he's the oldest one in this class.
He was a grandpa.
So what is, because it's a weird situation just to watch from the outside, but what do you do with Deshaun? Like, what is that situation?
You hold him knowing that he's going to play for a different team.
Yeah, are you saying like with card wise?
No, I'm just saying like football in general.
Dude, I don't.
You see him, he walks off the field. You know, he's going to practice, but he's not practicing. He walks off the field, looks right at the media, and goes, "Why are you filming me? It's the same shit every day." Like, that doesn't help your trade status, man.
And what the public thinks about you.
He's in a, I don't know what happened to him, because he, like at Clemson, he seemed like just a hardworking, like grinded out, just a good guy.
Let's be honest. Everybody looks like that on the outside, but on the inside, it's like John Jones. When we go back to John Jones, like great fighter.
But no. John was to start, but then what happened was he started winning, and then when you start winning, that's when.
Okay, then we'll go football. We'll go football. How about Darius Geis?
Oh yeah, or even
I didn't know Darius Geis was from LSU. That's like basically a criminal anyway. That's a Florida State criminal.
Hey, Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Pac-Man Jones.
Pac-Man though.
Who's boxing this weekend, FYI.
I saw that. Yep, I saw that. Dude, I will say, though, Pac-Man is probably one of my, if not favorite, people to listen to, tell stories. I don't know. Do you guys ever watch the Pat McAfee podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So whenever he hops on there, dude, he's so damn funny. He gives it exact. So got to cut him a little bit of leniency. But he another case there, that's for sure.
Pac-Man will throw hands at the drop of a hat.
Well, the one in the airport, the story about the airport, him fighting that guy.
Yes.
Me.
That's awesome.
Dude, he's such a funny guy. Now dude, it's so cool because he definitely is like, yeah, I made a fuck ton of mistakes, but I'm trying to right my wrongs now. And he's doing a lot. So he's a cool guy. But yeah, those other guys,
dirtbags.
Straight
dirtbag. Ray Lewis killed 2 people, allegedly.
Very much.
There is more evidence against Marvin Harrison than there is against Ray Lewis. Just saying.
OJ still has his Heisman and Reggie Bush does not.
Yeah, that's a true crime right there.
That is a true crime.
100%.
Yeah, that pisses me off. When I saw that they said no again the other day, I was so freaking pissed. I was like, "Yep, this is it. I'm done with college football. Like, I can't stand it after this anymore."
Yeah, college football's trash.
It's the NCAA is a joke.
Yeah,
it's an absolute joke.
Like, whatever. Everybody can make all the money, but Reggie Bush.
They're just a building in Indianapolis, and you see if you look, there's job postings every weekend for people to work. Nobody wants to work at the NCAA.
Really?
Yeah,
that doesn't make. I mean, they're the no. I mean, they call it the no fun league, but what does the NCAA stand for? The really no fun league, like the.
Well, I don't know if you. So my first year of college football was the final year where, if you remember, you could only wear gloves that were gray.
Yep. They or like the whole. Or are you talking about like? Just in apparel in general, they couldn't even wear anything.
Apparel in general, if you were to wear gloves, they had to be gray.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was
from
that
that.
Was it 2015, 2016?
It's been removed. If anything, in the past, I don't know.
2012.
It had to be. It was before 2010.
It was 2009. It was.
I know Oregon started doing stuff in 2010 with all the crazy uniforms.
Yeah, 2009 was the final year of that, because then the next season we got a Nike sponsorship and had actually good stuff.
Who's your college?
Indiana State. So first year was with New Balance. Second 2 years was with Nike, and then my final year was Adidas.
You see, I like Adidas the best, to be completely honest.
Adidas was great. You know what? I don't sleep on New Balance. Like New Balance had some.
New Balance is great for baseball.
Yeah, that's
the best baseball.
Oh yeah.
they're kind of like in a way. I mean, they go hand in hand with Tops because they do baseball so well. And then like if they were trying to
Majestic is the other one for baseball.
who?
Majestic.
Oh, Majestic.
Oh, Majestic.
Oh yeah, all my shirts are Majestic. I think
All right.
Herbert-
Do you think Herbert's going to have a good second season?
Yeah, it won't be as good as the first one though.
okay, I hope he has a great year because I want to see a division where they have two top tier quarterbacks going back and forth. So that's I don't know. I really don't know.
How many touchdown passes does he have against the Raiders in 2 games?
Oh,
8,
how many? 10?
5 and 3, 4 and 4.
5 and 5. It's got to be something like that.
Yeah, the Raiders are trash.
Yeah. But
Absolute dog.
I think he has a decent. But Sam also asked about Instagram is dying out now that we're not on loop. Sorry about that, man. With that question, I definitely think Instagram was breaking because Instagram. I'm going to lay it out completely honest. Instagram is there a lot of influencers of every single brand and every single type of any type of whatever. Instagram's the number one platform for that, and so it's always going to get flooded out with people that are care more about this than truly giving information that's relevant.
Collecting.
Yeah. And so I think it's dying out in that sense because I think a lot of collectors are like, dude, man, like this is getting toxic. I mean, for me, I was almost done breaking because of Instagram. I was like, it's so toxic. All people care about is who can throw more money around on Instagram.
Do you think it's dying out to the collector, or do you think it's dying out to all of the hobbies?
Sorry, man. I think it's dying out more for the non-collector that was getting in on the hype. And the only reason I say that, I think it's because man, I'm trying to silence using my phone. They don't. Wait for 1 sec. Let me get to it.
Yeah, my 3 pennies don't get that many messages.
It's my group chat with my brother. They're talking about video games, so it's pretty nerdy. But
What video games?
I think they're talking about Rocket League or something right now.
Oh.
But
New Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh, that is it's that time of year. Holy cow!
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna do
They're
that.
gonna ruin that game.
Yeah, dude. God, but anyway, so with Instagram, I think it dies out into the point with because you're right. Whatnot and Loop, it is such a better experience on there because with Instagram, when you want to buy something, you got to hop out, you got to go, and you got to make sure, and you got 15-second delay. With Loop and everything, you see
That's a good point.
Immediately, like payment literally goes through. Like if I were to type something to you right now and you guys are live, like on Loop or whatnot, immediately goes through, and that's what I really, really, really think is the payment everything's just so much easier on those apps.
So how do you get verified as a breaker or a seller?
So with I gotta tell them to stop texting. Just
Stop text. Give me like 10 minutes.
I'm on the best podcast in the world right now.
Whoa. You don't have to lie to the people.
Hey,
We're pretty trashy.
No. You guys are
White
very
trash.
You guys very well kill it. I'm going to give you guys praise in a sec too because I got to give you guys a lot of praise. But with Verify and Loop, this is what I'm going to say. So I got verified with both of them. I didn't even reach out to Loop. They reached out to me. Whatnot, all they care about is making money right now. They don't care if they're around in a year. And that's just from what I gathered. So here's my horror story with Whatnot. I went on live one night. Only time I'll ever do Whatnot. Sold a ton of stuff for cheap too. It was like I basically sold a box of Prism Retail for like $300, like a box of like Select Prism Hobby for like basically cost and I didn't care. I had it all shipped out that night because like if you don't ship it out in 2 days, you get a strike. So they then emailed me 3 days later after me not being able to ship, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we can't figure it out. We'll try to figure it out." A week goes by, they can't figure out why I can't print off labels because with Whatnot you have to ship with their labels. They then emailed me on a Monday night at like 9:30, and they were like, "Hey, sorry, we can't figure it out. We're just canceling all the orders." I was like, I don't even care other than the fact it's like the customer. What are they going to say? Like, "Oh, dude, this courtside polls guys are just straight scamming us." So that's what I told them instantly. 2 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, we figured it out. It's all good to go." I was like, how hard? So they don't give two shits about their customer service and how their sellers are doing. With Loop vets all of their sellers. So if they hear about like one bad thing a seller's doing, they won't allow them to sell because they want everybody that's reputable and they want people that are they'll like watch your streams where you do it before, and they don't need to be. They can, it's really easy to tell what type of breaker somebody is, and then they want that, like that. Hey, I care about you. I care about your package. I care about what you're getting. I'm going to try to give you that value, no matter, that I'm selling you myself as well. And so they are really more vetting, and they truly just care about the whole card community a ton more than Whatnot. And Whatnot's a great app, at the end of the day. But that's just my 2 cents on it too. But to Samuel, to your question, that a very big reason Instagram will die out is because they're snagging a lot of breakers from Instagram as well. Like there's only like Mamba and Daddy Rips are like in Bay Area pool, like the only 3 guys that I follow that regularly do very well, and everybody else has gone to like Whatnot, it feels like, or doing whatever they do.
Yeah, I'm glad you've talked and at least made it seem like they're trying to verify people, kind of like what MySlabs does.
Exactly.
You gotta have some credibility to be able to be a breaker, and that's good in this hobby because everybody wants to start up and start being a breaker, and then all of a sudden like somebody gets in on like these startup puny little people will start up like, oh, let's do a 4-way for this, and then no one pays for it, and then all of a sudden you see 12 different my stories on Instagram about some guy who didn't pay or something.
Yeah, dude,
somebody who did pay, and they
remember we tried to do that for a couple months, and I was just like, by the end, I was like, dude, breaking's not for dude.
Breaking was great when we were doing it because at the time we could get product and like generally like the hobby was in a good place. But then it got so saturated with so many breakers. And
then, like Fef said, dude, it just got toxic. Like, just
toxic.
Do it. Like,
people talking shit.
Let's be honest. Like, I try. It's all about. I love to be positive here, but don't talk shit if you don't want to fight me. Like, I train to fight 6 days a week. So, like, I know you're not going to say anything in person, so don't say it online.
That's my biggest pet peeve too. That exactly. Couldn't have said it better. But yeah, in breaking,
I'll fight you.
I'll fight you with love.
I got a black.
You can't choke me out because I don't have a neck.
That's true. World's undefeated. But with breaking, I really, it is. People say all the time, it's like, man, it's free money, dude. There's time that goes into like shipping and like actually finding product worth making $1 on, dude. It's like, damn. It's like I'm so ready to transition out of this stage out of my life and like continue to break, but like get more into collecting what I want to collect more. And I'm just really excited for that aspect.
Agreed. We were all caught up during the pandemic of buying boxes, breaking this and that. And I think over the last few months, and I think the national also going to the national kind of helped me, find out what I want to do with this hobby. And especially like this podcast, like, it's not like me and Neil have had long discussions about, it's great that Graded Shipped and my slab or Slab Protector or Slab Savers has sponsored us. Like, we're not looking for sponsors. Like, we're looking just for like, just to talk about cards and talk to people about cards and what do you like and who are you collecting and talk sports. And it's just like, it got like so out of whack that, I kind of lost the love of why I got into it. Like, I started because when I was younger, I'd just read the back of the football cards and figure out who Stan Humphries was when he was playing for the Chargers and this and that. Like, I lost that love, and now like redirecting back into it's like, oh, I got a plan. I have a legit plan now. It's not about money. It's about fun.
Exactly.
Yes. It's like being reintroduced back to your love for what collecting and cards was.
Yeah. And Neil, I feel like you freaking kill it. Like every time I see you post stuff, it's like, damn, this guy's having more fun than anybody.
That's only because I found a nice app that makes it look professional. It's
not even that, dude. It's just like looks like you're just enjoying your time in the hobby so much more than me right now, and I'm so jealous of that. And half because you have you've owned or had or still have half of my biggest cards I want, but
I don't enjoy.
We can work out a deal for like 1 or 2 pennies or something.
I don't enjoy the text messages at 2-3 o'clock in the morning saying, "Hey, you should buy this on eBay." It's like, dude,
look at this deal.
I don't have the money right now.
Caleb, you buy. If you think about it, you buy like $10, $50 cards.
Oh yeah.
Versus me, where I will buy the one $500 Eric Dickerson patch auto that I'm going to post tomorrow, so be ready for it.
But you have a different thought on different things that you like, so it's like I'll spend the $100 on a Steven Seagal Leaf auto.
I am just. I've told you this plenty of times. I'm greedy because I want the patch, game worn, and I want the freaking ink on it. If it doesn't have ink on it and the guy didn't touch it with his sweaty balls before he signed it, I don't want it. I want drag 'em nuts all over the card, and then you sign it with your nuts. Like, that's what I want. I want your DNA on my card.
I got some stuff coming in the next week that I think you'll enjoy.
Dude,
that's like when you show me that Earl Campbell and the Jim Plunkett. Like, that's I think it just makes the card complete when you have the patch and the auto and the play.
And it's game used.
Yes, game used.
It does. And I think, I got a Franco Harris, I got a Fran Tarkington, and I think a Maurice Jones-Drew coming next week. And the Antonio Brown. One.
Oh, well, Maurice Jones-Drew, that's one of my favorite.
That reminds me. Hey, Fef, do you collect just Mahomes or do you collect Kansas City players?
Kansas City, all Kansas City players.
Okay, I'll send you. There's a game used Eric Berry 3-color patch auto that I have on my watch list. It's like, I think it was like $250.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Eric Berry is my all-time favorite Chiefs of all time, especially his story.
Yeah, who doesn't like the story of a guy who beat cancer and comes back and plays?
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah. Oh, is he really? He's from Indiana?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow, because he's a full. But yeah,
what school did he go to?
In Tennessee, right? Or Texas.
No, high school.
Oh, sorry.
Probably Snyder, Fort Wayne Snyder, or
Lures.
Bishop Lures.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah,
man, that Eric Berry, such a bad guy. But hey, speaking of now, I want to talk about this defensive players. I just, for the life of me, do not get. I mean, I understand why, but dude, they're so cheap.
Yeah.
Like
I've been collecting one for a long time.
I picked up this Chase Young today out of 8 for like literally, I think it was like $275 today. I paid.
It's super cheap. Defensive players are ungodly underrated.
It doesn't make any sense because to me, sometimes the biggest plays happen from the defensive play. Obviously, we remember the touchdowns, but when we're talking about hits, nobody remembers the offensive player laying the truck sick. It's always the hits.
We've had this discussion. We had this discussion with Squints. Like, we're still waiting for when are the running backs, when are the wide receivers,
players.
When, like DeAndre Hopkins. Like, I'm buying a ton of DeAndre Hopkins because I believe, DeAndre Hopkins, he's a top 3 wide receiver in the league. Like,
every year, in opinion, no matter who's the quarterback.
When's he going to get some love?
Yeah.
He's number 2. Devontae Adams is number 1, but D-Hop's number 2. Without question.
DK's number 1. Tyreek's number 3, though. I can't put Tyreek outside the top 3.
Yeah, Tyreek's closing the distance, but I think it's just because
D-Hop and him D-Hop and DT are just out of this world.
Yeah, that's why I bought this, Neil. That's why.
And they've done it for so long.
That's sick, dude. Gold standard's so good. It's funny, good as a gold. Gold standard doesn't get enough love other than this year for some random reason got love, but
I wish they'd do more on-card autos.
I do too.
They don't do a lot. Do they even do on-card autos at all? On
they have few. They do a few on-card autos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always the vets too, though. It's always like the Hall of Gold. I feel like.
Yep.
I did pull my favorite card of all time, Justin Tucker, auto out of 10 from Gold Standard last year, and Tucker's like my boy. I love Tucker. He's won me my only fantasy football championship ever, so that's why I love him. So I was pretty amped on that.
Fef, what is your top 5 football products?
Oh, dude, that's tough.
Go 5 to 1.
Okay, number 5 is probably gonna be Gold Standard because I've always loved Gold Standard and the looks. 4 is gonna be National Treasure because I think 4 is National Treasure. Man, I can't even put Select in there after retail this year, but I'll put Select up until this year. And number 2, Optic. I love Optic. And then Flawless, number 1 probably. Flawless is just it's expensive, but man, they don't make a bad box in Flawless, it seems like. But Optic's my true number 1 because I love and you guys touched on it earlier, has that true, tops look, and you're 100% right. They're the closest thing to the refractors. The tops, there's the hollow.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys say?
What's yours, Neil?
I'll do mine. I'll do mine from 1 down.
Okay.
It's Flawless, National Treasures, Immaculate, and then from there. Does it have to be current?
No.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
All right, take everything back.
Okay.
It's not current. Oh, yeah.
Do you want to redo now, Fef?
I mean, I'll keep it, but I'll just add my number one. Oh, I don't even know what my number one would be. I would either.
I can go and then
Yeah, you
can
go. You
think.
go. Yeah.
Okay. Flawless. I'll do flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Exquisite.
Oh, okay.
And then National Treasures. Top's Finest. And then probably SP Authentic.
Yeah, I put SP off. That SP Authentic or just if I'm going to add ones that list out of the retired products, it'd definitely be SP Authentic. That was my favorite growing up. That's what I bought definitely the most of.
It's still I've been looking at a lot of it on eBay. Like I love SP Authentic. My number one is Immaculate.
Oh crap! I totally forgot Contenders. All right.
Oh shit! Yeah, Optic
Oh
Contenders.
my god! Take out Top's Finest. Put in Contenders. Take out Top's Finest. Put in
See,
Contenders.
that's the hard part
Contenders.
about making a top five is you keep thinking about like there's a lot of great products, and then you go back to the Fanatics thing is like I don't want to lose, but maybe I can gain some of these SP Authentics coming back, or
That'd be nice.
it would be.
Yeah, that would be nice, but man, that's a dream right there. That's more of a dream.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bland, no, not $2, basically $2 from yeah, but yeah, dude, man, it's so sad. Like when we start thinking about cards, and especially like when you guys know you're around cards like literally 24/7 and thinking about them. It's like, but then you always forget about literally the products we ripped growing up and stuff, and it's like how do we even like so regularly forget how amazing those products were and how much joy they brought us versus now we're like, well, at least it's a sticker. Like at least there's an
yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
At least it's the same color patch as the jersey he's wearing.
Yeah, it's the same
right.
team. That actually is what pisses me off the most. Oh,
Do it. They did Cam Akers that way. They put him. Some of the patches they had were of the old Rams, which Cam Akers never wore.
never close.
Yeah, and I was like, really? That's what you're gonna do?
Yeah,
Like that's sad. That's really bad.
I
That's
saw Panini use. I can't remember the player because it was a product I broke recently, and I was like, and it was their. I want to say it was football. It was a wide receiver for one of them. Can't remember who though. But their patch was like their college colors, and none of their alternatives for the pro jerseys were on something like. Did they just really use a college patch and a pro? Like, they're gonna get around this and say they didn't, but it very
Did
much.
you see the Trey Lance?
Mm-hmm.
So they made the Trey Lance patch cards, right? The big jumbo patches.
Mm-hmm.
They used North Dakota as the patch, not North Dakota State. North Dakota as the patch.
That's
the
two
wrong
different. Yeah,
college.
that's two different colleges and two different colors.
Yep.
That is.
It was gray and dark green. It wasn't the green and yellow.
What's this?
I know that because I played against both teams because I'm in that conference.
Oh my
Isn't that sad?
gosh!
It's terrible.
Yeah. Wait. So was that with Immaculate?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just came out.
Yeah, I just got 2 boxes in today, so hopefully we don't get no Trey Lance.
No.
Man, dude, that's bad. Like that is very, very bad.
Yeah, if it's green and silver, that's North Dakota.
What
Green
is their
and-
mascot?
Who? North Dakota?
Yeah.
I don't think they have a mascot.
North Dakota
It was
State.
some kind of like gray
North
little
Dakota State.
bird or something.
Just North Dakota State's the Bison. Amazing stadium to play in. That was an
Is it
awesome
indoor?
Yeah,
they
it's,
right. They got the dome. Yeah,
it's like Lucas Oil Stadium. It's a giant barn looking thing, and the fans are literally. If you're on the away sidelines, they are literally 3.5, 4 feet from behind you.
Yeah, like they could throw a beer can.
And they just heckle you the whole game.
that's a good experience.
They try to run or test you.
It's I mean, it holds 30 because there's no professional team. Like it's the biggest thing there. So it holds 35,000. But when we got to play at Penn State and like walking on the field when there's 98,000 people there, like whole different experience.
Oh, dude, that must have been. I mean, I really don't know. Like the biggest stage I ever walked out to was like 10 people. So can't even imagine.
So
what that was.
Penn State was 98,000. We played at Louisville, which at that time held 35, 40. Muhammad Ali was there. Played at IU and Purdue. IU was like 40. It was the first game of the season, obviously. Purdue was like 40, 50. And then Cincinnati was like 20, 25.
Still, that's huge.
I worked
20, wow.
the biggest one I worked was the last division championship in 2014 for the Colts
Mhm.
when they went to the
When they beat the Chiefs that year.
when they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They won the division at home against the Texans, and I got to work that game. That was crazy.
That was a good game too, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was Schwab. Was that Matt Schwab's last year?
Say what?
Was that Schwab's last year? Or am I blanking on a name right now? Wasn't it Matt Schwab?
No, I think it was Ryan Mallett played that
Oh,
game.
Ryan Mallett played that
Ryan
game?
Mallett.
Wow.
It was Ryan Mallett.
You're right.
It was
That
the
year they were-
quarterback from.
That year they had like 3 different quarterbacks, I feel like, playing the whole year, and they're still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dude, Lucas Oil Stadium's such a cool. I want to go there so bad. I cannot wait to go there because I'm definitely that's up there in the top 5 for me for stadiums to go check out.
It's a dope stadium.
It is
Yeah.
so sick, dude. And
I still miss the old RCA Dome because we've had season tickets since day one. So sitting in the old RCA Dome, Lucas Oil Stadium, the sound just goes up and out. Where the old dome was just like
Pounding.
straight down.
Yeah,
So that was,
it does make sense.
but it's beautiful stadium.
It is. To me, it's my favorite looking stadium in the NFL. Yeah, it's such a cool idea and design and everything.
We pass Arrowhead every time we drive out to Topeka for the race. So
Dude, they're awesome. It's just aesthetically, it looks awesome if you're a fan, but it doesn't have that aesthetic that even looks like that cool stadium from the outside, honestly. Like, and now it's called, dude, the dumbest shit. GEHA at Arrowhead Stadium, and it looks so because on the sign they have Arrowhead.
Yep.
And now, since some company paid a ton of money, millions of dollars, I'm sure, to put their name on it, and they made this sign. It's so bad. Like you guys could have came up with a better sign in 2 seconds. It is so bad. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Hale, come draw a sign for it.
Yeah. No, for real. Like Arrowhead's an amazing place, man. I especially last year I didn't get to go to any games with COVID. I don't know if they let anybody. Yeah, they like 10,000 in, but tickets were so expensive. But man, have you guys been to Arrowhead?
Never been there.
I drove by.
We gotta plan something because you guys are gonna like. Oh, dude, it's an experience. It really is, and I'm sure it's pretty similar to up there, but it's just because how loud it is. It's just nothing beats how loud it is. It's so much fun. Oh, now you guys are like my mouth is watering for Arrowhead.
Well, it's football season, and
it is football season.
That's what we're all excited about. Like,
what do we got? Like 3 weeks left, basically.
Let's see. We got next week,
9th.
September
9th.
9th.
Or is it earlier than that? It's that Thursday game.
It is a Thursday game, yeah. So they only did 3 preseason games this year, correct?
Yeah, this week will be the final week of preseason.
All right, so who's starting in Chicago week 1?
Fields.
It better be Fields.
It better be. If they don't, I think that
like
Matt
Andy Dalton
is for his job. If they
Andy
go
Dalton is
0-2,
crazy for making the statements that he's saying.
Yeah, if they go 0-2 with Andy Dalton, Matt Nagy's losing his job.
Yeah, I agree.
If they go 0-2 with Justin Fields, he probably keeps it.
Yeah, he does because it's more experimental.
Yep.
Matt Nagy's, I don't think he's that great of a coach, even though he's on the Reed tree. I don't have a huge love for him. And I honestly feel like he's half the reason why Bieniemy isn't a head coach right now is because right, that was right before you, or was Peterson before? And I think it was Nagy. It's like. Nagy just doesn't ever seem to make a smart decision. Like anything he does just doesn't seem logical. It's like why? Like it's.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it is not. It's not a.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So Dak or Sam Darnold?
Oh, Dak.
See, you guys are so delusional. You and Dylan are so delusional.
Hey, as soon as Sam Darnold puts 3 touchdowns on the Jets, I double my money on that optic, and I'm out. And I could care less about.
What do you want to bet that the Jets? What do you want to bet that the Jets beat Carolina?
Dude, I can see it happening. Zach Wilson going in there.
Yep.
Elijah Moore balling out.
Pretty little High School Musical face.
Yep, he never took a punch.
And then Joe Horn's kid pick 6 him about 3 or 4 times.
That would be sick, dude. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him and Surtain's kid because they're 2 of the. Oh man.
I mean, we already have a bet on the Colts Rams game. Like,
Yeah, you really think that you're going to beat the Rams?
yes.
Wait, so who's going to be okay?
Dude, Aaron Donald is going to stick his wiener in Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz was practicing today, full running.
Do you think he
That's
starts
great. That just means Aaron Donald can bend him over Quentin Nelson. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, Quentin Nelson's gonna get you some of these right here, boy.
So
You're talking about the best player in the NFL.
Who got handled in practice? Did you watch the videos of him getting tossed around?
hey, I will say that Mahomes throws like 5 interceptions in practice, though. So
It's practice. We're talking about practice, not a game.
We
We're
are
talking about practice.
it's okay. Who's going to start week 1 then for the Colts?
Carson Wentz.
Okay, how long do you give him to say he starts playing bad? How many weeks do you give
Half a
him?
game.
Week 3.
So then who would be number 3?
Jacob
Oh,
Eason
yeah.
can be 2.
Oh, even better. You're going to put Jacob Eason against Aaron Donald.
I mean, it's better than I think I like Sam Ellinger. Sam Ellinger is a baller. The problem is he's like Neil. He's like your height.
Yeah, he's a loose cannon.
Like he's
Sam
so small.
Sam is the guy that'll put
I
you
thought he was
back
really
by
tall.
4 touchdowns, and then he'll claw you out from 4 touchdowns back.
But
He'll be the guy who's responsible for you losing and winning.
Sam was also that guy at Texas to be like, officially Texas football is back, and lost like 7 games in a row. Or something like
Yeah.
that. So,
it's all trash. But I still think you stay run heavy with the 3 running backs. Guys that I don't think are worth anything to the Colts, and I would love to see them cut. Paris Campbell. I don't think Paris Campbell's worth
They won't cut him.
Speed.
No.
He's great, but he's been hurt the last 3 years, and I guarantee he gets hurt the 4th.
I got 5. Bland's got 5 games on Carson. I mean, that might be more than I would say. I'd say 3. I would say 3 spot on. Yeah, but you guys got some dogs. Your team is set up to win. Not even just now, but it doesn't even matter about this year for you guys. Like, I love Pittman Jr., dude. Oh man, I was very critical on him. I really like that kid.
I mean, he had a major injury last year that he came back from.
Strong, get strong.
Yeah, he's got some speed. He's got a little work on the dropsies, but after that, he's all good.
Yeah, and JT, to me, even before the draft, I was like, he's the best back in the draft, and was still to this day so mad we took Clyde. Man, you guys got the steal there. That makes me mad. You guys have had such good damn draft classes the past 5 years. You guys you guys look at your guys' draft. Every time I look at your guys' draft class, past at least 3 years, I'm like, holy cow! Like,
And you ruined it with a quarterback.
yeah, you did. That is the sad part. Yeah, the Quiddy Pay pick though. Oh, bro.
Quiddy Pay looked good this weekend.
looked
It was
good.
his first preseason game. He comes off the line. I think he needs a year to get into an NFL weight room and an NFL weight program. It's great. Like one of the good friends that me and Neil had, he played for the Patriots for 6 years. And like when Chris came out of college, he was 6'2", 6'3", probably 305.
Mhm.
And
Still
then
a little chunky.
still a little chunky, but like the next, like year 2, year 3, he was a like 8% body fat, 315.
Really,
Like
really.
And
The
NFL
food, I will say this, from working at the Colts, I lost 18 pounds working for the Colts, and I was eating like 3 meals a day, like as much food as I could possibly.
What are they feeding you? Just like corn?
Dude, I don't know if it was laced with steroids or what, but it was great food, and I don't know why, but I just lost I lost 18 pounds.
This
I
is
don't
the league. Tomorrow, Probe's going to be into like the Colts. And the Colts are getting terrible.
drug tests, everybody
Yeah.
It's from sports cards. That is a leak.
go straight Pat McAfee and just start tweeting it, getting drug tested again.
Well,
Again.
that was the year that Pat got tested like 4 times that year
Uh-huh.
because he booted
That's
that
so
ball. He booted that ball like 74 yards, and the next week he's like,
Next morning, it was
"Hey,
like next
random
morning.
drug test." Huh.
Yep, dude, you guys. Okay, I got to give you guys your praise because I got to bounce out here here in a sec because I got to.
Yep.
But anyway, I want to give you guys praise, and you guys seriously, this has been so much fun. I really hope you guys allow me to come back because this has been freaking. Like I didn't even realize we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. It's been so much fun. I thought we've been on for like 20, but you guys seriously run this very well. To the viewership here, you guys got some very good minds, and I know they're going to bring on amazing people. And I know this podcast for you guys is going to take off because you guys are, when I'm looking for podcasts, I look for genuine people. And I think that's what the average person does, and they can tell you guys are average or not average. You guys are more than average, but they can tell
We're
you
average at best.
and you guys keep it straight up honest. I think with the hobby, a lot of people they're trying to hype it up, and like even in the bad areas, you guys keep it honest. Like, okay, this is shitty. You guys are freaking awesome, though. I so happy to be on this podcast, you guys. I really hope I can come back. I do have some people that you guys I'm going to recommend some interesting conversations. You guys have people on here, but seriously, guys, thank you guys so much. And to the viewers, you guys are so lucky. You guys have this podcast is going to just
whatever it does. We'll
All right.
do with it. If
Theft-
it has 5 viewers or 500, we'll still
Plug
do it.
yourself. Tell them where they can find you on social.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Courtside Polls on Instagram or Twitter. Twitter, I just kind of post random stuff, just random hobby thoughts. Instagram, just post hits. And then I'm on Loop Breaking if you want to come say hi, LOUPE. Yeah, it's a really good community there. If you want to get part of a good card community, even if you're not even looking to buy, just to be around people who share same interest, it's good. So that's where I'm at most of my times. But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for reaching out. I mean, you guys just reached out. You guys pulled the guppy out of the freaking fish tank. They're about to feed me actually to the turtle that you guys could have pulled, but you guys pulled the guppy.
But no, man, we appreciate you coming on. Everybody, remember, go visit Slab Savers, Graded Card Solutions. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We're now on Spotify, so you'll be able to listen to this. I'll get it posted up tomorrow, and we'll be doing a giveaway. I'm giving away this Pokemon Dark Charizard PSA 5. All you'll have to do is share the podcast to your social media. I will find it.
Probably get Jerry to get some free Slab Savers or something like that, or maybe get Dustin to bring in some like boxes and have those.
We'll do it. Follow the social media pages. See what we're giving away. So until next Monday, see y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.